What's up YouTube, Doomnyc here to give you deck profile number 3. This is the Batteryman deck that I told you guys I'd make. It's a fun deck, but don't get me wrong, this deck is very competitive and it's very good, and if you play it right, it could definitely beat a lot of the decks out there. So yeah, let's get started. First off, we got 2 Batteryman Industrial Strength. Basically, if you got 2 Batteryman monsters in your graveyard, you can remove them from play to special summon this guy, and then he's a 2600 beater, and his effect is he can remove 1 Thunder type, so it doesn't even have to be Batteryman, but 1 Thunder type monster to destroy 1 monster and 1 spell or trap. So that's just a great ability. You know, the only thing that sucks is if your opponent doesn't have a monster and a spell or trap, then you can't use the effect. But, you know, usually your opponent's going to have, like, you know, both of those. So his effect is really good, and he's a staple to this deck. Okay. Next, we got 2 Batteryman Fuel Cell. This is a new card from the Shining Darkness. Basically, if you control 2 Batteryman monsters, you can special summon him. He's a 2100 beater, and then you can, you know, tribute off a Batteryman card other than himself to destroy a card in the field. I mean, this guy is really good. You know, the way he's special summoned, it's just like a lot of the monsters nowadays. So yeah, gotta use him, 2 of him. Then we got 3 Batteryman Charger. This guy's great. He's a level 5, you know, and he's 1800, but really he's 21 because he gets 300 attack and defense for every Batteryman on the field plus himself. And also, when he's tribute summoned, not special summoned, but tribute summoned, he gets to summon level 3. Well, summon 1 Batteryman from your deck. Most times you're going to be summoning either Batteryman AA or Batteryman D, because, you know, just to get the extra attack, and I'll show you why you would summon Batteryman AA. Okay, we got 3 Batteryman AA. This guy has 0 attack and 0 defense. He's a level 3, but he gains 1000 attack or defense for every Batteryman AA on the field. So basically, if you summon him like this, he's got 1000 defense and 1000 attack, and if you summon a second one, now both of them have 2000 attack, and then if you summon a third one, all 3 of them have 3000 attack, and if all 3 of them are in defense, then they all have 3000 defense. So this is a really good card. And he's saying, well, I'm gonna have to wait 3 turns to summon 3 of them to actually get that 3000 attack, but no, you don't, because the way this deck is built, you're actually going to be getting all 3 in 1 turn. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys how to do that. We got 3 Batteryman D. This guy is basically for defense. He has 0 attack, but he has 1900 defense, which is pretty good. And when he's on the field, your opponent cannot attack another Batteryman monster besides him. So let's just say you have like one of these on the field, 1 Batteryman AA on the field, but you don't want it to get killed. Well, if this guy's on the field in like face up defense position, your opponent can't attack the Batteryman AA. He has to kill this first. So, and with 1900 defense, it's pretty good. Okay, we got 3 Batteryman Micro Cell. I mean, you have to run this guy. This guy is like pluses all over. They should stop calling it pluses with this guy. They should call it like multiplied, because basically this is great for first turn. You set him first turn, your opponent attacks it. When he's flipped face up, you get to summon a level 3 or lower or level 4 or lower Batteryman from your deck to the field. So, you know, you can summon anything like a Batteryman AA or Batteryman D, and then when he gets destroyed and sent to the graveyard after being flipped, you get to draw a card from your deck. So this guy's great. You know, lots and lots of pluses. So you definitely got to run 3 of those. Okay, I run one Thunder King. I only have one of these, so I'm only running one, or else I'd probably run two. But you guys all know what Thunder King does. You know, he's a Thunder type, so he works great with this deck. I'm running one Raikou just because, you know, he mills cards. So you're gonna want sometimes to have some Batteryman in the graveyard, and this guy, you know, mills 3, so he'll get you hopefully 1 or 2 in the graveyard. And of course, you know, when he flips face up, you destroy a card in the field, so really good card. And then of course, too honest, because every card in this, like, all the monsters are all light monsters, so why would you not run honest? So you kind of have to. So yeah, that's the monsters, guys. Okay, for the spells, we got 2 battery charger. Basically, you pay 500 life points and you get to special summon any Batteryman from the field that can be special summoned from the graveyard. So, like, you know, your Batteryman chargers and pretty much everything else but industrial strength. He can't be special summoned from the graveyard, but other than that, this is a really good card, and you're also going to see why you have to use it. 2 short circuit. If you have 3 or more Batteryman on the field, you play this and it pretty much blows up your opponent's side of the field. Like, it destroys everything. It's monsters, spells, traps, they all just go. So this card is a must in the deck. This is actually what makes the deck so good. So yeah, you gotta run it. I'm only running 2 because if you run 3, there's a chance that you might end up drawing 2 of them first turn, and that's a dead draw. So you don't want to do that. Okay, this is the key to the deck right here. 2 Infernal Reckless Summon. This is the card that makes it so good, because this is how the engine works. When you special summon a Batteryman that has less than 1500, which is, like, you know, most times you're going to be special summoning Batteryman AA, right? Through Batteryman Charger, or, you know, the spell that brings him back. You chain this card, right? So you're gonna bring 3 of those guys, which is like, that's 3,000 attack each. Your opponent gets to select 1, and then when your opponent's done with that, that's when you play Short Circuit, and then you destroy their whole field, and then you've got 3 or 4, because if you use Batteryman Charger, right, then you got 4 monsters with 3,000 attack on the field. So that's pretty much OTK. Alright, and then you got 2 gold sarcophagus. You have to run this just because this deck really doesn't have much draw power, so you're gonna basically be using these to get Short Circuit or Infernal Reckless Summon. And then if you have those already in your hand, which is great, then you can use it to get whatever you need, you know, your Batteryman chargers or whatever. Okay, one for one, just because there's a bunch of level 1s in the deck, you know, like Micro Cell and Batteryman D. Those 6 monsters, they're all level 1s, so yeah, this is a great card to run. And then Vortex, Brain, Heavy, and Trunade. You know, Heavy and Trunade is also great, just in case you don't have Short Circuit, and you use Infernal Reckless Summon, you can just kill the back row, and even if your opponent has all those monsters, you still have a full field of monsters with 3,000 attack, so that is really good. Alright, let's go into the traps now. I'm using 2 Judgment of Thunder. This is a great trap card. Basically, any thunder monster, you know, you summon, and this is on the field face down, you can flip it face up to destroy any card on your opponent's side of the field. So this is really, really good. You know, you summon a Thunder King or something like that, and then boom, you flip this. This is really good. Then some staples: 2 Bottomless, Mirror, Solemn, and Torrential. And that is the Batteryman deck, guys. This deck is really, really good. Like, do not sleep on this deck, guys. I'm telling you, I can't really say enough about this. Just try it out and tell me how you like it. The deck isn't that expensive. Probably the most expensive cards are like the Mirror and the Gold Sarks, but other than that, like, the monsters aren't that expensive. So try this deck out. It's a fun deck, and as long as you build it properly, or you use the build that I made, you're gonna do good with this deck. Alright, so guys, I hope you liked this Batteryman deck. Until next time, guys, peace.